Take him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No!
What day is it? Monday? Oh, Monday!
Monday, so good to me.
Hey, it's Monday.
Medical
Monday.
Changes could be coming to Michigan's marijuana law. A new set of bills now being heard in Lansing.
Marijuana is not a drug.
And the bills would have major implications to small medical growers known as caregivers.
That's some heavy shit, man.
Small pot farmers in California say the state is not standing by its promise to protect.
Big companies were supposed to be limited, but some have stacked hundreds of licenses.
Stop hitting me so hard.
Created a cartel, essentially.
You have an industry allowing for businesses to operate like cartels.
But it's a Monday.
Harm has been done by the fact that we didn't legalize it back then.
Well, I don't know if there's any harm that's been done.
There was people getting arrested, there were people getting thrown in jail. I mean, that counts, doesn't it?
What kind of joint is this, man?
Smoking marijuana all in public. You would think that shit was legal. We the Pistons in the 8, 9, and 9. Oh, bad boy, bad boy.
just another medical.
And welcome Medical Mondays, y'all. This is your host with the most, THC, in his motherfucking bloodstream, BERG. Spurg, motherfuckers. Of course, we got our returning panelist with us, Adam L. Brook, a.k.a. Mr. Hash Bash himself.
Hey,
live from Amsterdam.
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I mean, at least you get to stay up till 4:20 in the morning.
There you go.
And shout out to everybody in the chat. Of course, we got our boy KK joining us again. And we got our special invited guest, Rodney. What up, though? Before we get into anything else, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our awesome sponsors. Huge shout out to Native Made 313, Michigan Turf Farms, Nugget Ducks and Extracts, Tiki Madman, SOB Labs, and Tree Street Packaging. Boom. Of course, I also want to remind everybody out there, this Sunday coming up, y'all, the non-perishable food give back going on, brought to you by JSH Enterprises and Nugget Ducks and Extracts. $5 entry without donations. Of course, we like to tell you to bring donations as well as pay entry, but that's on you. If you're able to, that's awesome. If not, still come through. Everybody else, or everybody gets a raffle ticket for your chance to win some awesome stuff donated by all these awesome vendors. Of course, Nugget Duction is going to be in the building. Native Made's going to be there. Mr. Roll Up, aka your boy Nice, John Doe, Blissful Buds, Farm of Flavors, Buck Off Extracts, Mr. Kush 313, and the list goes on, y'all. Of course, I'm gonna be there. I don't know if Adam's gonna be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be back.
Oh shit, he's gonna be back in town just in time. Of course, food's gonna be brought to you by Chi-Town on the Hibachi Grill. And also, we got a new food truck joining us. It's Zenith Foods. So come through, check them out, have a good time, smoke out. Of course, it's benefiting the Capuchin Soup Kitchen and the First Step Women's Shelter. And yeah, come through, have a good time. And also, I don't know if we said it last week, but next month the Give Back is going to be a special Give Back. It's going to be a toy drive. Man, I want to say I want to say it might be the 3rd year doing this. I'm not sure. But this shit's been going on for a minute now. So shout out to everybody who's been coming through. Oh shit, my bad. But yeah, your boy Foolish will be in the building. Of course, it's gonna be 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., but the performance by Foolish is starting at 4. So best be there. $20 without donation. But yeah, bring some toys in. Get these kiddos some an awesome holiday. And yeah, more info to be coming soon. I'm sure majority of the same vendors will be there. Damn, it's gonna be the 4th. My bad, Native Made. The 4th annual toy give back. So shout out to Nuggeduction Extract and JSH Enterprises for putting this on. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Jared, we got Blue Brett, we got Native Made, we got Julia, Justin. That's the only people that are talking so far. Oh, Adam's in the building. Oh shit! Shout out to Adam Melbrook taking the time out to tune in.
He's such a cosmopolitan guy.
Yeah. Before we get into anything, what's everybody smoking on? Smoking on some original Michigan Turf Farms. How about you, Adam? I don't gotta say who grew it, but what even? I heard you say Kosher Kush.
Yeah, I've been smoking some Kosher Kush and some a lot of Moroccan hash.
Hell yeah. How about you, KK? What you dabbing on tonight?
Some zeros.
Some what?
Cereals.
Oh, cereal. Hell yeah. How about you, Rodney? What you smoking on? You're muted.
Oh, there we go. I took a week off of smoking, and I made my own edibles, and I just been. I don't even yeah, I'm gone, man. Like,
oh yeah,
these are great.
James Holland in the building. What up, though? Chelsea Curbside Coffee. Thank you all for joining. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, man. It's been a weird couple of weeks here on Medical Mondays. ever since that phone call was released. I don't know. I don't think I said it on the show per se where I got it from, but I don't know if he wants to take credit for it or not.
I mean, if that's a segue for me, yeah, no, you 100% got it from me. There's really no credit to take. I'll look at it this way. If someone's saying that kind of shit about me, I'd want to know if it was being said. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why was it recorded? Why was it said? What does it mean And so since I didn't have the answers, I took it to the people that probably did.
Right. And I just thought it was fucking weird as fuck for him to go to you instead of hitting me up where he had my phone number. We've had contact on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's just interesting.
Not one word besides from you about this matter from him. That's a pretty fucking bitch move, if you ask me.
It is. And I'm sure you received the same kind of colorful text messages.
Oh yeah,
that I have since. Oh yeah, 100%. Here's the thing.
I think he's like fantasizing about fucking me ejaculating or something, because he kept on talking about me busting nuts. So I don't know, man.
You know,
I thought he looked kind of weird with his hair and everything.
You know, I'm not going to comment on how he looks. You know, I grew up ugly and poor, so I really don't have any room there. But at the same time, like, okay, so my question was this: why did you record it?
Right. Yeah.
You push record.
And, well, on top of that, that's not where the conversation started. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm on the phone with this bitch. Let me hit record.
Correct.
It was like, oh, I wonder
hold that
what was
thought.
said
Let me hit
before.
record. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wonder what all was said before the recording started.
Correct. Now, at the same time, I don't really have the answers, nor do I give a shit about the answers. The way that I looked at it was this way. Okay. Why would a person from our state go to another person outside of state to complain about people in her state? Okay. So once you did that, that told me, okay, well, now that person feels comfortable going to this person, right? And so then I was like, well, there's obviously a reason for that. Okay. I don't fucking know you. I barely fucking know you. You know what I'm saying? Thought you guys were cool, but apparently not. And then I find out that they bring it to me. You see what I'm saying? Fuck it, of course. You know, like I said, it goes back to, if someone was talking shit about me in a room that I wasn't in, I would want to know what was being said. Period. You know, so you know, let me be the judge of whether I should give a shit or not. But something like, you know, we all heard it. You know, we all know what was said and what was, you know, desired to sting and allude and all of that. We heard it. Okay. There's no way that you can say, oh, I was just joking. No, there was, you know, malicious intent behind those words. And it's, you know,
man, I'm still searching for the shows that we had women on the show shaking their ass and all that. I can't find them anywhere on Medical Monday's page.
I feel like if you guys would have had them, you would have been flagged. You see what I'm saying? No flags, which probably means it doesn't happen. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious because I was just like, well, this is obviously not true. And I'm going to set the record straight. I don't really give a shit. You know, I have no fealty to anyone outside of this state, let alone to somebody that's obviously just going to spread lies and bullshit. You know, so I was like, fuck it.
But then, you know, he talks all this shit about fucking, oh yeah, you and your fucking tiny audience and da-da-da-da-da. But then turns around and is like, we could have made it so much bigger. You just busted your nut. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Like,
so I hit him with this, and I looked at it this way. I have a very weird, you know, perspective when it comes to views and followers and audience. Dude, you guys have a massive following and a massive audience. Let's not deny it. Okay. Let's not. But I look at it like baseball cards, right? So, you know, there's common cards that everybody gets. You get them all the time. You got 50,000 of one fucking card. But every now and then you'll get that special, like Michael Jordan rookie or something. You know what I'm saying? That only one of 13. So it's extremely rare, right? Well, that has more value than the other card. So why do we look at the more views you have, the better you are. You can buy that shit. You guys have something he doesn't have, and it's called engagement.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Look at chat blowing up right now, dude. You know what I'm saying? So obviously everything that this person had gone through and seen, he felt insulted because he couldn't achieve. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe this was, a match to the to the gasoline. I don't know, but at the same time,
like for him to even go on further and like, oh, I could have got more info out of her.
That was weird.
She could have put me in touch with other people that talk shit about you. Like
nobody fucking likes her.
It don't matter to me, motherfucker.
Yeah. Right.
They're straight up fucking lying. They're fucking making false statements. Like none of this shit happened. None of it.
And you're right. The factual incorrectness of the whole thing was fascinating.
Well, here's the thing. It was either designed to, was like a delusion, or dispel you from whatever, to distract you so they could do something else. Who knows? Dramatics are obviously, pedantic, if they may be. So the point is, like, I feel like she keeps spinning this web of bullshit because we're not the only people upset with her right now. Everybody that she used to hold dear, hold close, they're not existent. She has a very small group of friends, and that group is getting smaller. So what does that say about that person alone, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense why she'd have to go out of state to talk some shit. But at the same time, I mean, I thought it was definitely something that not just you fellas needed to know, but the community as well. This is unfortunately sometimes people that say one thing, they absolutely do another.
Oh, she's like straight up like the community has no respect for them anymore.
Yeah.
And then him saying, "Oh well, if those guys are scumbags, I don't want to have anything to do with them." Right. Oh, they're total scumbags.
He was just baiting her on that one, I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He did a good job of baiting. I'll give you that. But how are you gonna? So here's my personal beef with the whole situation, and it's very well known. How are you gonna get mad at me by you giving me something, saying, "Oh, don't show anybody," knowing it's so bad that I would be a prick to not tell somebody? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so terrible that I'm just like, I would want to know this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is disrespectful. So you knew fully well what I was gonna fucking do with it. Gave it to me absolutely free without me having to ask, recorded it for some reason with some kind of intent, and then got mad at me when I did what you thought I was going to do all along.
Of course.
Well, he can eat
it. And then him to actually make the statement to me, "You should have hit me up. Bitch, you should have hit me up. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? You fucking piece of shit." Oh, yeah, while you're nodding out on your podcast. Bitch.
Yo, Chelsea's popping off. She said to go stay, talk some shit already. Yeah, no, I agree with what Chelsea Coffee said in the chat. Yeah, I totally agree. But that's like that's just it. Like, when you have a community, there's a mutual understanding of respect, and personal accountability, right? So people like that individual on the phone don't know what personal accountability fucking is, right? So they do these things and manipulate these tactics. At the end of the day, it's just better off that we just kind of cut that person out, just let them be toxic somewhere fucking else. And, if you got proof like that.
But she's the one that's screaming, "Oh, oh, cannabis worker rights, let's unite, and we need to unionize, and da 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 da. So for the people.
Well, I'll tell you this.
For the
whether
industry.
you're right.
Like,
Whether you're pro union or not.
Caregiver shit. I could give a fuck less about that shit.
Right. Whether you're a caregiver or not.
I didn't invite you on the show. It was either Bert or Adam invited me on the show. It sure the fuck wasn't me, bitch.
Yeah, I always wondered that. But like I was going to say, like, whether you're pro union or not, there have been unions that have fucking people over.
Union.
Right. Like, but there have been unions that have fucked people over before. All right, let's not act like they're all angels, right?
No.
She's a very, very good, example of how two-faced some of those individuals.
I mean, if you're gonna be real, fucking unions ain't what they used to be.
Right.
No.
But they're also not needed for the same reasons they used to be needed.
No.
They're needed for other reasons now.
Yeah.
Wait. Someone said something in the chat. It said complaining about people taking free gifts, text of free gifts herself. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that's just funny as fuck.
Oh yeah. Adam will take mail him any kind of drug. He'll take it. And by the way, I gave my address to Adam so he could send me stuff. Like,
that's what I said. Like when I was listening to it, I was like, so how did you get your
hypocrisy
address?
at its finest, bro.
Yeah. But that's, I could sit here and say it till I'm blue in the face, and people are like, whatever, no big deal. But when you hear that it's from the horse's fucking mouth, like, that's all the evidence I need.
And like I've had like 2 interactions with her.
Like
that's the extent of her knowledge of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Besides hearing it from, probably fourth hand. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
Bro, seriously. Like, nobody really knows me. Like, get the fuck out of here. There's a handful of people, like, that know real shit about me out there that I don't put my shit out there.
And you don't have to, absolutely. You know who does? She does.
Yeah.
They do, right? Like that's,
Yeah.
I like where Chelsea was talking in the chat here. Using your platform to promote her voice doesn't enable her to run them out whatsoever. Blah blah blah. Yeah, she clearly doesn't own a small business. Yeah, no, she doesn't. I mean, there's even some questionable things about the what is it, the ASA that she runs with?
No.
There was some pretty questionable things with that, but I never really got solid like confirmation on those things, so I can't really comment on them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that there's really not a place for people like that. If I were, let's put it this way, if somebody else that we knew and everybody knew did the same exact thing, I don't know, it would probably be worse,
bro, like one of the things in like, I'm sorry, Adam, I've said it before, but she tries to give this motherfucker Adam credit for starting the boycott. But he wasn't even for it. He could give a fuck less. Like, I ain't boycotting shit. Literally, I wasn't boycotting shit because I don't shop at fucking Dispos.
Right.
I was just letting the people know, like, hey, by the way, fuck these guys because they don't like you and they're trying to take shit away from you. And people saw that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until people actually started knowing that, oh, Medical Mondays did that, right?
Certainly wasn't me.
Yeah. And then Adam took what did she say? Oh, took the attention from, all that and ran with it. ran with it and did what?
Right.
What is that like? Besides hash mask cup, like. Like, oh my
No, time
God.
out. So let me get this straight. Just if I'm following along and I'm trying to use logic here. She's saying that
Like
y'all
there's no
created-
logic to her statements.
Right, and I
though.
want to point that out. So she's saying that y'all created the boycott and pushed it, and then she's saying that y'all took the attention from it and ran with it. Well, fuck, if you created it, then you
Adam
should be able
knows
to
a
take the
lot of
credit and run with it.
things.
Like,
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I
Adam
was the
don't
guy.
know a lot of things.
it's just I don't know. That just sounds like terrible logic to me. It doesn't make sense. But whatever, you know. I just find it funny because it's like,
Well, I'm not sure.
how much?
she
What'd you
cares.
say?
I'm not sure facts something she cares about.
No. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I was just going to say that you guys are taking up a lot of rent in her head.
Yeah, but it's been 3 weeks worth of programming, so I'm not complaining.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He wasn't even there for the first week.
All right, I fucking watched the show on YouTube just like a bunch of other people did after the fact.
Oh yeah, that's like the highest watched show
In a minute.
in the past fucking 4 months, probably.
There you go. Well, I was one of those viewers.
Wow. Anybody else want to talk shit?
No.
You're up there with Forever J now.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you go live with them.
I'm live with him in ages.
Yeah, you still did though.
Since before his ladyboy phase.
Wait, what?
Oh, since he went lady boy, you don't fuck with him no more? Is that what you're saying? Damn, that's fucked up, Adam.
Not since he's been in the land of lady.
We all knew he sucked dick for the Tesla, man.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah.
Oh wait, he said he'd get a lot better than a Tesla.
You're right. If he was.
Yeah, all right. No, I was thinking about it wrong.
Yeah.
Michigan cannabis prices hit another record low, but the industry believes a turnaround is imminent.
What are they going to
So-
stop backdooring pounds?
Michigan marijuana prices dropped another 6% in October, just October. Oh, man, they're going to be giving weed away for Christmas.
Ooh.
I mean, that's what these motherfuckers don't realize is like they just grow so much bullshit. It's all about numbers. So no matter how much they fucking sell that shit for, they're still making huge numbers. It's all about numbers.
Right. Problem is the number of which they owe is much larger than what they're bringing in.
Oh yeah.
Well, the money
a lot of them don't even fucking pay their fucking bills.
Oh yeah, because they pay sit-on prices from 3, 4, 5 years ago.
They got sharks circling them worse than we do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people are just waiting to buy shit on the secondary market.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked about it before on the show and shit. But fucking where's that shit at? New Buffalo. There's a dispensary in New Buffalo.
There you go.
This sign is in Indiana, though.
Right.
It's got to be on 39.
Like how is Indiana allowing that shit to happen? Indiana's fucking illegal, right? It's still fucking.
Yeah, but they got hundreds of billboards for Michigan.
Yeah,
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, how are they even letting
have-
that happen?
You still have the First Amendment right to advertise your.
Well, Detroit's going as far as like banning them now.
Right.
They're
If
they're
there's no
going
local
around.
if there's no local ordinance against them,
Yeah, that's just
Well,
wild to me.
I think
man.
it goes a
like
little
they're
deeper.
promoting federal crimes.
Yeah, they are. But the problem is it's not technically entrapment, you know what I mean? Because you have the choice to do it or not. So they're doing it, and that watch, there's state troopers just, lined up waiting. It's bears in the salmon run, you know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. So the state knows, well, technically they're not breaking any laws. Yeah, you can still go up there and go and smoke, but you can't come back here. We know that. Well, that's when they're going to sit there, So for every sign they probably have up, they probably have a police officer right below it watching people go.
Yeah. I took that run today. My son, I went to go see my son, and I have to go through I-94. So I got to cross from Michigan to Indiana. And from the state line to where I was going was about, I'd say 8 miles. And within those 8 miles, I seen 3 cops. 2 of them were in all black Jeeps, like what are those Jeep? The common Jeep, and then there was just a regular state trooper car. So yeah, they ain't playing, bro. They're definitely looking.
They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And here's the thing, like, they're not stupid. Well, they are. But they know that if you choose to leave Indiana, right, go pick up an ounce and then not stay in Michigan and smoke it where legally you can. You get a hotel, whatever, Airbnb, friend's house, doesn't fucking matter. Okay. Once you cross state lines, are you really going to risk it? Well, you would be surprised at the amount of people that are willing to risk it. If you're smart, you're not even anywhere near it. But let's face it, not everybody's smart.
They're estimating Michigan made over $417 million from Indiana people.
Ooh.
That's legally.
That's some change.
Yeah.
That's why they build all those dispensaries in New Buffalo, bro. They know they're getting all that Indiana money, and
and they're even luring people from Chicago.
Illinois. Yeah. That's the majority of their sales, probably because the dispos are so high in Chicago.
That's what they're saying. New era cannabis in Illinois says Michigan continues to be a big challenge. Hell yeah, because we got better weed. Even our garbage is better than your garbage. Nah, true that.
The average ounce
Michigan
in Chicago
is
probably
Michigan has went down, and that's the legal market though, and that bucks with everything else.
Yeah, the average ounce of the dispo in Illinois is probably around $3.50.
That's nuts.
And you can buy one get one for $65 at a fucking
Baltimore.
That shit's
New Buffalo, sorry.
Yeah, $50 ounces all day long.
Which means you got people piling in, stacking up, and going fucking, turning, flipping real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if the economy needs it, I'm not going to ever hate on that game.
So yeah, they're basically saying, that everything's half the price. That's how they're luring them out of the fucking other states. They're not even talking about Toledo and all on this side. You know what I mean?
Those people are still coming.
Yeah, a lot of the fucking Ohio motherfuckers still come up here and get weed.
Yeah.
It fucked up the whole game, man. But, and I hate to see what becomes of fucking weed with Trump and fucking, like, bruh. He's all about money, man. He don't give a fuck about medicine. Oh, you can make money from it? Oh, man, he supported that fucking Prop 3 shit in Florida that they didn't pass. Because it was all fucking corporate backed. Who was it? True Leave or some shit? Pieces of shit. Didn't have nothing to do with cannabis before it came out, and they were like, oh.
And didn't like her old man go to prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, like, it was for some shady shit, though, I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you hear about what the DEA is doing?
No, what?
So they were supposed to have like some kind of like meeting in December, right? But they're not doing it. They're waiting until January 2025 for some reason. And I think it's because there's from what I understand, it was like a cannabis, what did this say? A cannabis researcher is suing the agency over the rescheduling process, alleging numerous rule violations. So that could have something to do with it.
Good. So they need to deschedule it.
Yeah. Well, the feds are trying to get all their ducks in a row. And
that's what it sounds like.
One of the pieces of the pie. Yeah. And I'm convinced that they're going to take all this information from the DEA, the Health and Human Services, all these FDA, all these groups, and they're not going to do anything with it. They're not going to move forward for a long time because they're not going to have a plan. They're not going to do something and then come up with the rules like the state did. You know, and they really are going to have a hard time controlling it because they only control interstate commerce. So if you're growing local weed, you're not affected by the state or by the Fed. Sorry. It's only when you go to cross state lines with it. So I just wonder what their answer is, which to me, you know, if they deschedule, then they got 50 states with 50 laws, which I think is great, but that's not how they work. They don't like stuff like that.
Which is interesting because that's the tactic they usually use. You know what I mean? Like they did it with abortion.
Right. No. That's one of the right. And they did it with drugs because they claim that they're illegal and
right.
But
for some reason they can't do it with weed.
Right. Just like they can consider it medicine all kinds of places, but they still would tax it.
And own patents on it.
Right. So whatever.
Yeah.
Call it proprietary. Yeah. I don't see anything good happening with weed with Trump in office. But hey. All them motherfuckers love that motherfucker. He's the old person.
Yeah, before he didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Prop 1 in chat just said something about Big Pharma grabbing a hold of it. Yeah, that's just inevitable at this point. The question is
the way it's going.
Or the tobacco industry is going to take over.
Well, you know, now it's a race to the top to see who can patent it first or buy the, you know, shares or whatever have you first. Because ideally, when they're working this, Georgia, I believe, was the one that ran it like a pharmacy, right? You'd walk in, like, buy your medicine type of vibes, right?
There's certain states where they call the dispensary a pharmacy.
Correct. Well, they want that idea because the way that the government looks at it, the federal government, is, that works for pharmaceuticals. Why don't we just do the same fucking thing and just have them run it? That's kind of where they looked at it. And honestly, that's where they're going to leave it. They know, all these cases coming up, that's what they get off on, is just letting people wait. Well, there's due process, but technically due process doesn't work for companies. It only works for people. So
I just love how this country treats everybody like they're fucking, like, they don't know.
Oh, while the Pentagon failed another audit.
Why would we have a fucking, like, national vote on how and what we should do with weed?
And then, like,
be awesome.
What was it? Over 67% of people were like, "Hey, yeah, we back that. We're down with it." Other percentages were like, "We don't really give a shit, but it's not for us." You're not going to take that into consideration. It's going to do what you want anyways. Then what was the point of asking?
It's going to create so much stinkiness. That's the biggest Republican gripe to date.
But pig farming,
like, every motherfucker that talks about fucking how bad weed is, they always end on, and it stinks, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be everywhere. You're gonna smell it. I don't want to smell a skunk everywhere.
Right.
So what's worse? Okay, here's a moment in hypotheticals. What's worse? The runoff emissions that are literally poisoning our water systems in the state of Michigan, let alone the country. And these companies make so much fucking money from it that they'd rather just pay the measly little fines, get a slap on the wrist, and everybody looks the other way.
Corporations have been doing it.
Exactly. So is
corporations
that the problem?
Started being seen as people.
Right. So that's what
they
I'm
have
saying.
The same rights. They have the same rights as the person, but
yeah,
if you took that fucking corporation to a fucking psychiatrist and go down the fucking whole checklist of being a psychopath, they would be psychopaths.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking like they
communistic, like carnivorous, capitalistic idea. Yeah.
Everything about it.
Yep. Well, that's my point. A lot of Republicans would lean more towards that because it's instant money for them. They see a kickback because of whatever profit sharing bullshit, whatever. However, not a lot of Republicans that I know, honestly, personally, would ever vote for the little person, right? For whoever, I also find it hilarious that the only thing that they could come up with is that it's stinky. Well, again, going back to the pollution, that's pretty fucking stinky too.
It's it just makes my stomach hurt. Like the shit that these motherfuckers say, and then the weed with the fentanyl.
Well, yeah, I mean that it's always been an age old. What'd you say, Adam?
I was at a dinner tonight with some well-known people, and someone was like, well, yeah, I have a brother who's a cop somewhere, and he claims that they had all this weed sprayed with fentanyl. And I'm like, there's 60 cases. And I'm like, first of all, that you wouldn't smoke fentanyl that way.
Right.
Second of all, you wouldn't waste your fentanyl.
Yep.
It's just not.
That's not how that works.
No.
But that's how fear mongering works. So
correct. Propaganda.
But I understand what you're trying to do. Just
marijuana bags laced with fentanyl.
Yep.
That's what the fucking vice president, the elect vice president said. Do you think some good shit's gonna happen with weed?
Yeah, but the president elect said we could grab him by the pussy, and we all know we can't do
That was on a bus. It was
Yeah, that's a
private
real,
at him.
real shocker.
that. Wasn't private. He felt that publicly. Come on.
It's on
Listen,
a bus.
JFK
private
heading to
conversation.
HHS. That's interesting that you should mention that, Chelsea. I don't know, man. And it has nothing to do whether I think that he's a lizard. Doesn't have anything to do with I think that he's got a brain in his worm, or a worm in his brain. None of that shit. It's the fact
brain
that
in his worm.
shut up.
What?
I'm very baked. Yeah, there's some people speculate that he has like this like
What?
mind flayer worm fucking brain thing.
Yeah,
It's wild. What'd you say?
He's a Kennedy. What more do you need to know?
Well, there's
I'll tell you.
that. When the man speaks, it just sounds like he's perpetually trying to deep throat a glizzy. So there's that. You know, it does
And
too.
Prop one's a glizzy gobbler.
Well, fair enough. That's probably why you like RFK. Anyway, I judge the man based off of how he tried to wrangle a fucking rattlesnake. Like, it's just watching him do that. He was so fucking fierce struck, and he's like, all right, are you guys sure that if I wrangle this rattlesnake we'll get views? Because that's all he was doing. You guys remember it when he just started popping up with all this random dumb crazy shit of him helping. RFK did this. You don't remember this?
I don't even pay attention anymore. It just pisses me off. Seriously.
This was like a year ago. You know what I mean?
I
Like, he
used to
started
be-
posting some crazy shit.
When like I don't even want to get into it on here, man. I try not to say political or anything. Fuck.
I worry. That's all I'm gonna say.
I worry. That's pretty funny.
So millennials.
That's right.
I don't even what's the age? The age says 28 to 43.
Okay.
I'm right out of there. But they're saying millennials are leading the charge in consumption of pre-rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nationally, $3.3 billion last year were sales just from fucking pre-rolls.
Can I comment on this being like, you know, the only probably presiding millennial here?
That's
in the
like
age group?
45% of like the entire.
Listen, millennials aren't
market.
known for making the best decisions. Let's be honest. I make a lot of dumb ones, and pre-rolls are the worst decision you could make at a dispensary. Period.
All right, real quick. Shout out to Detroit River Rat up in this bitch. You can't trust any politician in either party. Bro, I already know. Like, if you think a fucking politician is like, you know, has your best interest in mind, like that's like going to fucking a titty bar and thinking the stripper actually likes you.
Right, you're gonna go home with her.
Yeah.
Well, you may go home with her, but she ain't gonna like you.
The problem is both the government and strippers. If you pay them enough, they like you more.
But yeah, they're saying millennials spent over $3.3 billion. It's crazy, man.
Well, the Pentagon lost billions of dollars too, but we're not talking about that. They failed another audit.
All right. Millennials bought $103.9 million worth of weed. Generation X, which is 1965 to 80, spent $56.7 million. This is crazy how they break it down. Generation Z, which is 1997 through 2012, spent $43.2 million. So millennials are just like buying all the weed.
Well, what if they're the
legal,
most stressed?
the legal weed.
Right.
Yeah, it's not very smart.
But that just tells you, like, they'll just fucking go to a fucking dispo and buy some fucking pre-rolls and
Be happy.
That's all they smoke.
Right.
Well, I mean, look at it this way: like a lot of them, even if it's legal in the same state, it's hard getting health insurance and shit. So it's like,
I don't know, man. I'll leave that alone. But I think they're just being lazy, man. They don't want to roll their own weed.
Well, that's true. Millennials are known to consume anything that's convenient. Think about it. Coffees, they buy them because they don't have to fucking make them themselves, and that's the truth. So,
right,
it tracks. I don't know. Millennials are fucking dumb.
No, I can't say that.
I said it.
Have a bunch of millennials complaining.
I am a millennial, so done some dumb shit. But here's the thing, like, even doing dumb shit, I'm still like not dumb enough to buy pre-rolls from a dispensary. Like that shit's literally swept up off the floor, right? That's what I'm saying.
No, like, and they're millennials are what fucking they bought $103.9 million worth of cannabis. Like they're the highest legal purchasers of weed. And 45% of that was pre-rolls. They love the pre-rolls.
They love them.
That's crazy, man.
They like them terpenated pre-rolls.
They do. Shit blows my mind, man. That shit hurts my chest.
The only like pre-roll like terpenated shit that I'll do is those Blue Owl fucking like cigars with the gram of rosin in the middle. Yeah, it's not Blue Owl. What is it? I think it's Jake Greba. He does.
Oh,
he
you're talking
them.
about
Midnight. That's what
Midnight Roots.
Yep. Sorry, not Jake Greba. Sorry, I was getting confused. But
that's Jake.
Is it Jake?
Yeah,
all right.
Jake.
See, that's
Yeah.
well. I guess I wasn't confused then. But I got a hold of it. I don't remember where I got it from. But it was a whole gram of rosin rolled in the center of a fucking like cannabis cigar.
Yeah.
I smoked that whole thing by myself.
By yourself? Damn,
Yeah.
you're stingy. You are a millennial. Man.
Listen, I offered it to people. They didn't want none. I did offer though, but I wasn't gonna waste it.
Stingy.
You can't waste it. It's fucked up, man.
That's about the only
share
thing
that
I'll
shit.
do. Listen, I asked and they declined.
You kept that shit to yourself. You're like,
fuck it, man. I'll pay for it. No, it's good though. Like that'll totally go down. That's worth the money, right? But like these $1, $10, no.
oh, you paid for it?
Yeah. I remember it was like $50. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never paid for that.
But no, I mean, at the same time, like I knew that Midnight Roots was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that they made quality shit. So I didn't.
We've had them on the show.
I didn't know that, but no, like I knew it was cool. I wanted to support him. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that he had available was that Canagar.
Oh yeah, he brought one.
Yeah,
smoked it on the show.
Yeah, it was really good. I'd love to make my own, but.
Oh, he's got a nice little press he puts out too.
I want to say he gave us one.
Yeah.
And
huge shout out to him.
It fits right in the shell you can buy.
Ooh.
Right.
Like you can buy the
the Canagar shell.
Yeah. what is it? Jean Carlos Magars. I think that's who.
Juan Carlos.
What? Juan Carlos? I don't know, man. It's spelled like Jean. I know exactly who you're talking about because that's what he brought on the show. We've had that guy, whatever, Carlos. I'll call him Carlos. We've had him on the show too, and his wife, because I want to say the guy who does that, like, he was an actual like cigar roller before he got into, doing cigars and all that shit. So yeah, he can roll up some. I'm sure he can roll up some patties.
Well, I can attest that if you do get your hands on one, they taste better when you don't share them.
They taste. Talk about community.
Listen, sometimes you just need to fucking take a moment to yourself and stand out the edge and just, worry about your own shit.
DEA judge rejects veterans group's petition to participate in a marijuana rescheduling hearing.
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible. So a judge has rejected a veterans group petition to participate in an upcoming hearing on the Biden administration's marijuana rescheduling proposal, which organized and called a travesty of justice that excludes key voices that would be affiliated by the potential policy change. So I guess the organization's called the Veterans Action Council, the VAC. So yeah, they're like, yeah, we don't want to hear from you.
They don't want to hear from the veterans. They already heard from the veterans.
Yeah, we've been hearing it from the veterans for years now.
Right.
We don't want to hear it anymore. You guys are some fucking, I swear, DEA. You ain't shit. So they only got 25 witnesses selected by the DEA administrator. That's it. We just got, this whole country. All we gotta do is listen to 25 people. Then we'll be good. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the country we live in.
Well, what's even crazier is that we can have elections.
So the judge's name is, well, the administrative law judge, John Mulrooney. Yeah. Total piece of shit. So while DEA devised a reasonably inclusive stakeholder assortment, that's what they called their 25 people. Mm-hmm. Stakeholders assortment. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean to you, Adam? What does that mean?
Oh, there'll probably be all kinds of people, pro and con, in that 25.
Yeah. So they have delayed it, like you said earlier, proceedings until early 2025. But what did you say the date earlier when they're supposed to be having hearings?
No, they just moved it to January. I don't think they announced the date yet.
They just moved it.
They're saying
Wait.
early
supposed-
next year. Coming.
So they're saying January or February, yeah.
Right.
Because it was scheduled for a prelim was scheduled for December 2nd, but
Right.
but that's just procedural shit. Nothing actually happens from that anyway. Like witness availability and all the other bullshit. So, did you guys hear about the shits in Nebraska?
Well,
apparently last week, Nebraska ballot initiatives to legalize medical cannabis and set up a market is passed. They also noted that there was subject to
is
some
this
legal challenge.
medical, or
This
is
is
that full out legal?
it doesn't medical cannabis, legalized medical cannabis. Yeah. So there's legal challenge to threaten and validate them. The petition circulator whose conduct was called into question has pled guilty to a misdemeanor and may face prison sentence and or a fine. Trial is wrapped up. The judge is currently reviewing evidence. The final post trial is due on Monday, so perhaps the decision will be next week.
Monday?
That's what it says.
You know how many stories come out on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
It's like THC Tuesday, fucking the news feed. Shit's crazy.
There's also Kentucky too. Did you hear about what's going on there?
What? They got medical?
100 jurisdictions within the state of Kentucky voted on whether to allow or ban medical marijuana dispensaries, and none of them voted for a ban, so they definitely are for it. There's a bunch of little wins for cannabis, which compared to how things turned out elsewhere, kind of a bright spot for the industry. So,
didn't you say? I want to say that Howell just fucking legal, like they can legally have dispensaries or some shit now.
yeah, and then there's a town here next to where I'm at here in Lansing called Okemos that just did the same thing.
They want to get in on that weed money.
That money, right? Can you blame them?
Yeah, and you know, with all that dispo weed, man, you don't got to worry about that smelling like a skunk.
There's no smoke.
None of their fucking weed have real fucking terps anyway, man. Shit's wild, man.
You know what I miss right now? Kind of random, but I miss a good dozy dough.
What? Oh,
Like I haven't had that in a minute.
yeah. Sour grape.
Okay.
I've been looking for grape chirps, or even like strawberries. There was that one candy that was stupid fire. It was sour diesel times. Or it was strawberry sour diesel times strawberry cock. That's basically it. Strawberry, diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoking on the best gummy bears. What?
Yeah, what the fuck does that even mean? Did you light the gummy bear on fire? Because if you're high off fumes, that's the wrong fucking way to do that.
No, but that might be interesting.
No, I'm willing to bet that person's
Nah,
willing, you know,
man. You can't get high off that. Don't do it.
Careful, you might have some fentanyl laced gummy bears you light on
Man, I
fire.
remember a motherfucker put doing fucking mustard dabs and shit. Dog. This shit was horrible.
What the fuck is Medi Crocker?
What?
I was just reading in chat. What about Medi Crocker? What's that?
Oh, Medi Crocker.
Yeah.
It's who is she? Oh, I mean, she's.
It's like
check her
Betty
out on
Crocker's
Instagram.
cool aunt.
Oh, sure. I mean, I want to say she was in the chat earlier.
Apparently, KK, you know the gummy bears.
You know,
I do.
KK knows the gummy bears personally. Damn.
It's cute. It's cute.
So when it came to veterans, well, at least to veterans that were associated with, the VAC, I don't know, the Veterans Action Council. Is that a good name?
They get anything done, it is.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah. It was supposed to begin on December 2nd. But yeah. Early 2025 coming to Washington, D.C. That's fucking crazy. You know, especially like with veterans, they're they signed up, you know, with their life on the line. You know, maybe they didn't have to, you know, but they were a cog in the machine of whatever, you know, military, fucking, what do you call it? You know, Army, Marines, Air Force, what do you call that? The different
Armed forces?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What's that new shit since Trump? Well, Trump's gonna be back in the game, y'all. We got Space Force.
Space Force? Well, we got.
You see the logo for that shit? It looks like Star Trek. That shit's fucking. It's wild, dog.
It is wild.
Yeah, like this is the seal. Like, tell me that don't look like Star Trek, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that just like a big old
This
fucking
shit ain't a
sperm?
game, dog. This shit ain't a game. This is like really happening.
Yeah, ain't nobody else see that little white jizz floating around the fucking Star Trek
Bruh,
logo, did you?
Hey, I bet you whatever his name is from Vermont would see that.
Put it in his mouth. Anyways, the point is, like, that was a little fucking jizz too. Look at that shit. Pull it up again.
I mean, is it? I
Look.
didn't see that. I mean, now
Look
that
at
you
that.
say
Tell
it,
me that's
but
not
I'm
a
just
fucking little
saying,
sperm.
like, that's a.
Somebody was looking at that on their little clip art and was like, yo, we need to make this fucking lit. How do we do it? Yo, let me stretch a fucking jizz around it. Oh, that's perfect, Paul. Thank you.
Perfect.
You know, like,
Yeah,
fuck.
but yeah, man, this shit's crazy. What's going on? That's what's going on. Instead of get into it, man. This is about weed tonight, right? It's Medical Mondays. So what you been smoking on besides, making edibles and all that shit? You said you were on a hiatus. So
Yeah,
what were you
I just
smoking
took a week
before
off.
that?
A lot of rosin, man. Like I had a buddy of mine has one of those, like, Eric Asher, I think. If not, we should get him on the show, but he does what he calls from green to gold. He'll press shit, yada yada yada. Well, I got some buddies that do it here stateside, so I get my shit pressed and then I'll keep the other half into flour, you know what I mean? He makes a few bucks, I make my rosin. It's fucking great. I grow everything myself, so that's helpful, right? Um, this pressed a bunch of Ninja Cookie, finished that up, and then I was
Ninja
gifted.
Cookie.
Yep. I don't know what it's crossed between. I was given it to try. Buddy of mine from Boston was like, "Here, grow this. Tell me what you think," and it's fucking great. But I knew that here soon I was just gonna start smoking because all of my shit's ready to smoke now. So I'm just my lungs are gonna be right back at it. So I mean, I wanted to take a break before I dive in. Yeah. But I can't not be high, so edibles it is. I've been playing the fuck out of some Call of Duty Zombies while baked, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I saw Tree Street was doing the logos for a company called Apex, I think, for the rosin company. They're dope as shit. Like they're, really good logos and shit. So definitely check that out. I mean, if you're in the dispensary, at least, back that. It's a good choice to go for.
Millennials, I talked about that one. Oh yeah.
Purple Haze is good.
Smoking on Purple Haze. Damn. I know Adam likes his hazes.
I like haze.
Y'all remember White Widow?
Oh, sure.
I want some.
That's crazy, man. Recreational flower dropped from more than $512 in Michigan in January 2020. And the average is $74. That's the average. You take all the legal weed and like $74.
What an ounce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flourish fucking just closed another fucking Adrian facility.
Good.
Yeah, they claim they're going to pay all their people and take care of them.
Yeah. 86% decline. And that was only 4 years.
The only thing that they really had going
That's what
for
the
them.
legal game did to weed.
Yep.
That's
The only real good thing that they had going for them, besides like, you know, being like PC and shit, is the fact that they won awards with their packaging and shit like that. Aside from that, garbage.
well, and the medical prices were 267 to 92.6. So it's like $92 or $93. 267 to $93. If the patients are still going, you know, to those places, they still, well, I think a lot of those dispos fucking, they'll give them a discount or whatever the tax is, they'll pay it.
Yeah, I think they pay that 10% excise tax that we have.
So I guess Maryland just started putting stuff into their system that was like weed related. There's a big article about how Maryland their new system is keeping tabs on marijuana, y'all. Yeah, they're keeping tabs on all the ER visits that had to do with cannabis.
Right, which should go up.
Wait, how is
Yeah,
that not a HIPAA violation?
Because they don't report specific information. They report
Those grimy little fucks. All right.
Just last month, 813 people across Maryland made a visit to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
Stop going to the hospital, y'all. Like, come on, go lay down.
Why? Because of like cannabis hyperemesis syndrome?
No, they got two. These are people that got high and thought they were dying.
Well, that's 67 fewer people than it was in September.
Right.
So some of them are getting smarter.
Fentanyl laced cannabis. That's what it is. That's what the issue is.
But none of them are dying. All these people are coming out of the hospital.
I know. I'm being facetious.
But where's the harm? Even if it was fentanyl laced cannabis.
Man,
I mean, you know,
I'm gonna make an app where it's just me telling it go to sleep, and then it turns your phone off, and then you gotta go to sleep. Go to sleep. Do you need to go to the hospital? No.
Well, no. So, like, I heard this thing, and it, like, kind of, I don't know if it's true or not because I haven't had to try it, but
you're wasting the time of all the hospital people, the doctors, et cetera, man. Seriously.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if you're having like a panic moment because you're way too high, find
you're
a bottle.
Probably trying to fight it.
Well, right.
And
just
you
hear me
just
out.
need to ride the wave, man.
Grab a bottle of alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and take a sniff. Take a deep sniff.
What?
Of it. That's it.
Man,
it works. It works.
I don't know about that. I heard black pepper.
Black pepper works as well. Both of those work. Yep, chewing on black pepper.
I don't know about.
Now, do not snort it, but just take a whiff of like the alcohol, you know, in the bottle. That's all you have to do.
I just.
Or eat a sandwich, like Native Maid said. Yeah, usually helps. Do some shrooms.
Oh yeah. No, there was all kinds of fucking elections or 12 local ballot proposals around Michigan that were voted on. But, no, shut up. What is it? I want to say in Niles. Like they're allowing dispos to be closer to the border.
They figured the border out. That's all.
Yes. And like, well, did I say it earlier? Detroit's starting to fucking have a ad crackdown.
Yeah.
You mentioned it, yeah.
The Detroit City Council is reportedly considering a new restriction on marijuana advertising within city limits, including banning ads from being within 1,000 feet of schools, libraries, parks, and other so-called sensitive properties where children congregate.
Congregate. Right, but when your kid reads it on
Which, when I was growing up, was called a fucking gang.
playground,
Yeah, no, this shit was a gang.
yeah,
Well, that was
but your kid
Southwest.
can still read it on the freeway when they see it from the car.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's the. Oh, right as you're crossing the border. Close your eyes, kids.
Right, we're heading into Michigan. It's pretty funny.
Mango Cannabis launches first Michigan store, expanding routes beyond Oklahoma. So this Oklahoma company is, I mean, I should say Mongo, but it's probably Mango Cannabis. So the company plans to open a second dispensary in Waterford. Their first dispensary is in Lansing. I never even heard of these people.
I've seen the sign. But
the company was first founded by 4 partners, all under 40, who worked in West Bloomfield and gained extensive retail experience in their families' businesses.
Those are party store owners. These are Chaldeans. Anybody in that area knows what that.
I'm just saying, it's just crazy. Mango Cannabis, a family-run company with medical marijuana dispensaries in Oklahoma. Yeah, that's wow. Detroit's. I thought Oklahoma was like the wild, wild west now, but I guess they're trying to come over here. I know so many people that moved to Oklahoma and then they came back.
I was going to say, I know a lot of them.
Like, fuck Oklahoma, man. I've never been there, so.
Some people got stuck.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that
they sold it all just to go out there. To the
I want to say
got stuck.
90% of everybody I know that went to Oklahoma came back.
Yep.
Yeah. What else, man? It's almost no. The Space Force, bro.
Yeah.
So, did y'all see that bullshit Tyson fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watched it from Amsterdam.
No, I didn't watch it live because I was working, but
Right.
I got the gist of it through memes on Instagram. I was like, that's horrible. I saw highlights and
You got it.
They weren't even highlights.
No.
It was just basically like
you got to know that Tyson got paid more the longer he fought. So it was to his benefit to go the whole way, even if he took a pounding. Because he can take a pounding. That's not a problem.
I just thought man.
You know, he was getting like $2 million a round.
I look at it this way: they both made a lot of money. Two entertainers came together and put on a show and made a shit ton of money, but it wasn't a good fight.
No,
Man, I thought about it the day before. I was like, man, I'm about to fucking put some money on Paul. I don't give a fuck. I should have. How much? Man, I don't even want to think about how much I would have won.
Apparently, that I read somewhere, you know, in the bullshit media that Logan Paul still owes Mike Tyson like $5 million or some shit.
Damn.
How true that? I don't know, but I got to commend Tyson on his weed line real quick of the fucking Evander Holyfield ears, the edible line gummies.
Yeah,
that shit's funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But he was so broke. That's why he got into the weed game, was to make money.
Yep.
And that's why he got the fight, was to make money.
Well, he was doing that one, some podcast or something. They brought him a bunch of shrooms. He just straight took a handful and just blast off.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember halfway through a show, one of our guests, I kept on having to tell him, stop eating the fucking nerd ropes. The fucking, it was Dr. Greenbuds.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, fucking we lost him halfway through the show because every show, like before we were on YouTube, we'd have a little fucking like 10-minute break in between. So me and Roach could like go out to the fucking hallway and smoke a square and shit, and then fucking just shoot the shit and then come back and do the fucking rest of the show. Well, halfway through the show, we come back and we're waiting for our guest to come back, and he was just gone. So me and Roach did the rest of the show, and then fucking he ended up fucking bumping into him, and then he ended up like throwing up all over this fucking carpet. It was horrible. It was horrible. But yeah.
Now that you threw him under the bus.
I never said a name, did I?
No.
Yeah, well, you said ropes. Instagram name.
No,
I didn't hear it.
I thought you said it was Dr. Greenbuds.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Greenbuds.
Shit, I would have missed that.
That's why I was telling them to stop eating them like they were regular candy. They're not regular candy.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Popping on. He figured out, you know what? He didn't go to the hospital.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, he was all right. Wow. I couldn't say that, but did he die? No, he didn't die.
Y'all have any like Thanksgiving like stories about uncles being too high or drunk or fucked up? Or
No.
like anybody? No? All right. No.
I am that uncle. Who are you kidding?
Well, I didn't want to assume that, but you know.
Yeah, I was pretty high every Thanksgiving that family was involved with.
You have to be.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going out with my cousin, smoking out on the way to his dad's house. It was probably like an hour and a half away. But yeah, I didn't give a fuck. I showed up to Thanksgiving and all that shit, grubbed the fuck out. Nobody said shit. But I'd always show up. Meanwhile, they're all getting drunk. I'm just like, chilling.
I went out to go smoke a joint one Thanksgiving, and my family lived out kind of like on an old dirt road. And it was snowing, and we knew the neighbor next door, and he didn't really seem to mind, but he had caught us out there smoking weed, very evidently. And although like he said he wasn't going to do anything about it, we didn't believe him because by the time we had walked back, it was like a mile from where we were, eating. When we got back to the
Called
house,
the pigs on
there was a
you.
cop car. No, hang on.
They
There was a
called
cop
the
car.
pigs on you.
Right. So
I
we
want
get back.
some weed.
There's a cop car in the driveway, and so we dip out into the woods
Before you even got there.
Yep, before we even got there. So we're like, yeah, that was quick as shit. So stoned as fuck, paranoid, and cold and hungry. I call my mom because she was alive at the time, and I go, Mom, what's going on with the cops? She's like, oh, they brought your father home. I'm like, what the fuck did he do? Right? She's like, oh, he locked himself out of the car, so he just came home to get the others extra set. The cops just being nice. I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, well, get him out of the house. She's like, well, why? I was like, because I'm stoned as shit. We all rink of weed. That cop's not supposed to be there today. So here we are waiting for this cop to leave, and my mom, of course, gives him a hot, a plate of food, hot cup of coffee. Had a very long Irish goodbye. And by the time I went back inside the door, I was completely fucking sober, completely wasted my high.
Fucked with your high, man.
Yeah. I'd rather do that than like go to jail, for something that.
No, yeah. I've never had. I've been fucked with in the hood, but they've never found anything on me.
I don't know. When we turned that corner and we're walking back up and saw the cop car, I was like, how the fuck did they get here? We didn't know about it.
Oh, right.
Hey, no, I can't say that because the first time that I got pulled over and they actually found my weed and everything, I had a card. Like, what you gonna do? I'm not smoking right now.
Mm-hmm.
It was before, it was illegal per se. Fully illegal.
Also, if you've ever went to a party back in the day and knocked on the door and pretended to be the cops because you thought it was funny, fuck you.
Yeah.
Man, I ended up at a fucking cop fucking wedding one time. And I didn't even know it until, because they were just, they weren't dressed up as cops. You know what I mean? But
they were dressed up as normal people.
I recognized this motherfucker and I knew his fucking badge number, and he fucked with me before, and I'm drunk. Oh, and I let him know, and I just call him out too, man. And motherfucker was like, ha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great. Fucking piece of shit. Stephanie, what up, though? But yeah, Imagine if cops could like go around knowingly smoking weed instead of drinking.
Right.
I feel like if they did, they would be much, less apt to pull their gun.
Yeah. Bro, I think everybody that has a CPL
No, because here's the thing: you got
should
cop.
have
Look
to
at this way,
smoke weed.
100%, 100%. Let's say like you're going out on patrol, you're doing shots, something happens, bam, oh fuck, that's what's gonna happen, right? But like if you're
Something like
high,
that shouldn't cancel each other out. Like,
100%.
You know what? Marijuana won't kill you, but put marijuana with gun.
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's a cop where he's like, "Hey, gotta pull my gun, but I'm kind of high," that cop's not pulling that gun because he's stuck on the thought of like, "Yo, I only got so many bullets."
No, they've tried to fucking pin fucking weed charges on top of fucking like thinking like they're just gonna go along with it. But shout out to Texas, man. A lot of those Texas judges are fucking.
They're starting to do some cool shit.
For the third time.
Yeah.
Yeah. This ain't a drug crime. Like, he had like a sack on. It's personal use. Like, leave him alone. We got him on this we got him on a fucking gun chart. So. And they need to legalize it in Texas, man. I heard Texas is bumping though.
Yeah.
All around Texas.
Dallas County just decriminalized it. Cool.
I want to say fucking. Man, what the fuck's his name? The Tesla motherfucker.
Elon Musk.
Yeah. He's moving fucking his whole fucking company to Texas, ain't he? That's wild.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Joe Rogan's backyard.
It's like, fuck you, California.
Yeah.
Everybody's moving to Texas, man. I think they're gonna move to Texas, and then Texas is gonna become its own.
Secede from the United States.
They're the only state that can. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Texas is the only state.
So technically yes, but technically no. So technically Texas is the only state that can secede itself, but physically seceding from the country, the United States, California's got them beat by the fault line. So we're gonna see what happens first.
Man, they have a whole war. The whole bottom of fucking California will be Texas.
Well, if the San Andreas fault line holds here in the next few years, if some shit goes down, they're their own fucking island. Let them kind of drift off into space. Well, ocean.
Yeah,
that's like a natural
the final frontier.
Yeah.
So how's Amsterdam treating you, Adam?
Oh, not bad.
How you eating over there, man?
I'm eating.
I bet you the food's a lot better for you.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot less preservatives.
You can tell it tastes better.
Yeah, you probably got.
Had Chinese tonight that was killer. Tomorrow going to a steakhouse.
I mean the system over here is you can go to the fucking grocery market like once a week. A lot of places over there you gotta go every 2-3 days.
Yeah,
because the shit spoils, or it's it's just
all trash. It's all non-preservatives.
Unless you freeze it.
Yeah, I mean, I eat fresh pasta every couple days for a snack.
For a snack.
Yeah, midnight snack. I'll make something. I'll just boil up a pot of pasta and
Throw some butter on it and salt, and off we go. Found a really good Dutch restaurant me and my buddy go to.
Texas has their own power grid too.
Yeah.
I want to say, I don't know. I ain't saying Michigan does, but I want to say Michigan does.
I'm not sure about that because when the power grid
No, yeah, the power grid, yeah, it went out. Fucking the whole, that shit was wild, man. My babies were still babies when that was going on. I remember driving like fucking miles and miles.
Yeah. But yeah,
just to get diapers, just to get diapers.
Right. But we're about to get major rain here. So the weather's changing. It's supposed to rain for like the next 10 days.
At least it's not snowing.
That it doesn't snow here much. It gets too it was hailing yesterday.
I'm just saying, better than snow.
Yeah. But it's a good time. I mean,
I'm so glad it's like getting warmer and it's still raining, because if it's been cold as it's been like these last couple of days and raining, it wouldn't be rain, it would be snow.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, you're supposed to what? Wednesday? Or you
Yeah.
staying a couple more days?
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So your schedule.
Yeah. It's been a good time. Hung out with a lot of people.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
Shit changes every time I come, where the new places to hang out, who we know working where.
How since the first time you went to Amsterdam to now, how much has it changed?
Well, it's changed drastically. They've closed like half the coffee shops. They've closed probably 2/3 of the red light windows. They've totally changed all the scooter laws. When I first came here, it was like the Wild West. You could ride anything, anywhere, anytime, any place. And then they made it so that you couldn't ride scooters in certain areas. Then you couldn't ride scooters on certain bike paths. Then you couldn't ride on any bike paths. You had to ride where the cars were. Well, there's a lot of one-way streets and a lot of weird things going on. So there's not always the most direct route, which would take you through alleyways and walkways, is not the easiest way to get there. But it used to be just fine. So
but that's only walkways now. You can't.
Yeah, right now you can't.
Yeah, I go all the way around.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're.
So
I don't know what you're talking about, but I know what you're talking about.
There's some streets that you can't ride on at all now, like the shopping street. So if you want to go to any of those stores, you got to park like a block away and walk. And
damn,
pain in the ass for me.
Yeah.
They did that specifically to deter Americans from coming there.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the mayor.
Yeah, how much is like welcoming? Like,
well, they've done everything they can to
like from when you first started coming, and like now they're like, oh yeah, it's Adam.
No. Done everything they can to stop tourists from coming. They banned all the tours in the red light district where, you had the Japanese guy walking with the little Japanese flag, and there's 50 Japanese people behind him walking through the red light getting a tour, and they banned all.
It's Japanese. We're like, oh yeah, we'll do some tours. Is that what you're saying?
No, they used to have all kinds of groups coming through, and whatever the
Wow,
group,
that's wild.
they held their little flag and they walked into the red light and went on their little tours. But they've banned all that. They try to keep the British from coming over and drinking like they do and causing headaches. It's changed drastically. They now have an experimental program that's just like our dispensary.
So do they got alcohol and weed at the same places?
Not anymore. They changed that. They used to, and they made them pick one or the other. Some places kept their bar license, and some places became coffee shops.
Can you smoke at bars?
Most of them no, but some will let you. So yeah, it's wild here.
Shit, man. Where do you think? I want to remind everybody. This Sunday, non-perishable food give back going on. Bring in some non-perishables to get in the dough, or it's $5. November 24th, 2 p.m., 7 p.m. It's in Detroit, of course. Shout out JSH Enterprises and Nugget Adduction Extracts putting it on. It's benefiting Kitchen Soup Kitchen, the First Step Women's Shelter. And everybody gets a raffle ticket. And man, like throughout the day, we're going to be, well, I don't know. Usually we wait till 4:20, but there's usually a couple of different times where we pull out, the raffle tickets and pull a number. And people they come and, smoke and then leave. Bro, we didn't even,
right.
You could have won all kinds of goodies.
You did win all kinds
from
of
all these people going to be there. Nugget Adduction Extracts, of course. Native Made, of course. Your boy Nice, John Doe, Blissful Buds, Buck Off Extracts, Mr. Kush 313. The list goes on. Food, of course, brought to you by Chi-Town on the Hibachi. And Zenith Foods will be out. I want to say it's a food truck, so they'll be outside serving up some Zenith Foods. Zenith. I gotta look them up. I'm sure that they're on Instagram. Of course, I'm gonna be there. Adam said he's gonna be there, so. And also, I want to remind everybody, save the date right now. This is all the info I got right now. But shout out to Foolish. He's going to come through. It's going to be the 4th annual toy drive Get Back Comedy Sesh. Save the date, y'all. 12/22/24. 12/22/24. Performance from Foolish will be starting at 4 p.m. Of course, it's going to be in Detroit. If you know, you know. If not, I'll let you know. You know how to get a hold of me. $20 entry without donation. And, of course, JSH Enterprises and Nugget Adductions, they're putting on that one. Save the date, y'all. More info on that one to come. And man, you know what? I forgot. You know what I forgot earlier?
I know what you forgot. I know what you forgot.
What?
You forgot to talk about medical cards.
This is Medical Mondays, y'all. Shout out to the place I went and got mine. Shout out to Weezy. Detroit Certification Center, y'all. Get at them at Detroit Cert Center on social media DetroitSearchCenter.com, or like I do. I like to give her a text because I'm a deaf motherfucker. Or call her 248-275-6707. But yeah, shout out to Detroit Search Center. There's plenty of other places you can get your car. What are some of those people, Adam?
Up north, we got Michael Dewey. And
yeah, shout out to Michael Dewey.
Yeah, we got the Pure West Compassion Club on the west side.
Hell yeah.
And the Michigan Weed Stirs. You got people in Flint, Vehicle City, and
Genesee County.
Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, man. Stop making excuses. Get out and get your medical card. There's plenty of reasons why I get my card. But it could be the same reasons you get your card if you don't got it. So yeah.
Get it.
What? Get it. Stop making excuses, y'all. And I want to give a huge shout out to all of our awesome sponsors. Shout out to Native Made 313, Michigan Turf Farms, Nugget Ducks and Extracts, Tiki Man, SOB Labs, and Tree Street Packaging.
Yo, speaking of which, I got my Tree Street Packaging sweatshirt on.
Oh shit! I think. Oh yeah. Shout out Tree Street. But yeah. Thank you everybody out there that have joined us, stuck through till the end. 11:01. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. And hopefully I'll get at least one of the Medical Mondays on Instagram back. But if not, follow us on Facebook. I want to say there's the Twitter. Well, it's X now. I got Medical Mondays. Follow that. If not, stay tuned with my bird 3130 on Instagram. That's the only thing I can say. You can follow me on now.
Out of the doghouse.
Yeah. Fuck Instagram. All right, y'all.